Powcast Sports podcast hosted by Pow Salud.
What is up, boxing fans all over the world, from the Philippines to the United States to any part of the world? What is up? Pow Salud, Powcast Sports, podcast, boxing. Let's talk about Romero Duno versus Ivan Delgado, September 14, 2019, Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Obviously, we're supporting Romero Duno because we're Filipino, and we're doing this podcast in English because this is an international fight. And Romero Duno, one of the rising prospects from the Philippines, originally from Cotabato, Maguindanao, the Philippines, now is living in Los Angeles, California, United States. Romero Duno, I once spoke, not once actually, I've spoke to Romero Duno many times in the past when he was fighting here in the Philippines, and I will not forget his fight just this year against Kuldep Danda in Maidas Hotel. He knocked out that Indian fighter cold. I mean, that guy is really out, and of course, he's now continuing his boxing journey in the United States. Recently fought May 16, 2019 against Juan Antonio Rodriguez, and he won that fight. Now, Ivan Delgado, 13 wins, 2 losses, 2 draw, and of course, our Filipino is his record, Romero Duno's record is 20 wins, 15 by KO, only 1 defeat, and that defeat came back in 2016 against Mikhail Alexiv. Anyway, let's talk about the fight, and but I can't help but talk about also Ryan Garcia, who's also fighting on the same card. And by the way, that card is really great. The main event for that fight is, or for that event is Jaime Munguia versus Patrick Alari, and of course Ryan Garcia is fighting there against Avery Sparrow, and I'm sure you've heard the news that Romero Duno was supposed to fight Ryan Garcia, but that didn't happen because apparently Ryan Garcia didn't want to take that fight unless it's a main event fight. But here we are, both of them undercard for the Munguia fight, so that's kind of funny. Anyway, I also wanted to mention that according to some of my friends, Golden Boy nowadays has been known to put up a fight that's a little bit one-sided for their fighters. And the good news is Romero Duno is their fighter. So I guess they're giving more opportunity and more exposure to Romero Duno and Ryan Garcia, and waiting for both fighters to be ripe, so that when they clash together, it will be a bigger fight. That's the way I would look at it. But Romero Duno versus Ivan Delgado, it's gonna be an interesting fight. I don't think it's gonna be a difficult fight, to be honest. For Romero Duno, I've seen this guy fight. I've looked at Ivan Delgado's record, and if you look at the competition, at least you can see on BoxRec how many stars the fights are in the past, their fights. I mean, and Ivan Delgado doesn't really have a lot of those stars, and have lost to prospect. Now, Ivan Delgado recently lost to Hector Tanahara in Mexico, and that wasn't even a 2-star fight. So I'm thinking Romero Duno here will win by a knockout. Not pressuring you, brother Romero Duno, but the Philippines will be waiting for this fight. I see Romero Duno being one of the great superstar in boxing. Not only that, he's good looking inside the ring with those knockouts. So I predict a knockout. This guy is fighting. Has been defeated, one by knockout, one by decision. That knockout will be 2. You can count on that. Romero Duno, his stablemate from Sandman Boxing Promotion, the Philippines, Raymond Gabalio, recently made a statement in Minnesota, also knocking out his opponent, and I expect the same thing here for Romero Duno, the ruthless one. Romero Duno I mean, all the best for you and for the Filipino fans that's been watching, that's following his career. This one will be a good one, but I'm excited about the next. Hopefully that's Ryan Garcia already. I think Romero Duno is ready for a step up, for a much bigger fights, much bigger money fights. You know, a marquee fight. I mean, he had a few 3-star fight, but Ryan Garcia, very popular guy. You know, being popular, by the way, is different from being really that good. And I don't think Ryan Garcia has been really tested in his boxing career. He had a few good fights against marquee opponents, but Ryan Garcia, if he fights Romero Duno, that will be the biggest test, or one of the biggest tests. I mean, he fought guys like Carlos Morales, and Avery Sparrow is fighting next, but Romero Duno will be a different animal, and I'm really looking forward to that. I hope Oscar De La Hoya make that happen soon. And it's hard if you're managing a fighter, you don't want your fighter to lose, but let the fans win sometime, and by making that fight, two up and coming boxers get it on inside the ring. That'll be something to watch out for. Anyway, let's support all of the boxers, but if you're a Filipino like me, let's support Romero Duno. September 14 at the Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. I wish I was there. I wish I could be there. I mean, I wish I could watch this live, but maybe next time. Pow Salud, Powcast Sports. Thank you very much. And don't forget to comment and let me know what you think. What will happen on this fight, and if you want the Romero Duno versus Ryan Garcia fight to happen as well. Pow Salud, Powcast Sports. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you.
Powcast Sports. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell.